Among the 12 laws of universe, we have already seen two laws. The first law says the law of divine oneness. And the second law says the law of vibration. Today, we are going to see the third law, that is law of action. Everybody wants their desires, their dreams to come true. Everybody wants to manifest something. But unless until you take an action, this will not be happening. If you take an action, it will be followed by whatever dreams you have, whatever manifestation you have, whatever you want to achieve. Unless until we take action, nothing is going to get manifested. Without action, if you think things will happen, then why do we need a physical body? We can just sit in the astral world and just with our thoughts, we can manifest everything. Here, we have to be a karma yogis. We have to be a man of action. And when you are doing an action, when you act, always ensure whatever your intentions are, whatever your thoughts are, exactly it should reflect into the action. If your intentions are different, if your thoughts are different, if your desires are different, and the action is something else, it will never lead to manifestation. The point here is, what you have inside, it should reflect outside. If you have something, a great goal, which always inspires you, it will lead to an inspirational action. Whenever you feel you need some push, somebody should motivate, only then I'll be able to do. It means that particular action is not being motivated, inspired, because that is not your passion. If you want to do something deep inside you, if you have that passion, if you have that purpose, if you have that understanding, it becomes an inspirational act. It means an act which is easily be done without any pain. In a day, we do 1,000 things. Right from taking bath, right from eating food, right from driving a vehicle, performing in business or office calls or meetings, whatever it is. You have to give time and observe what all the actions you are doing is happening automatically and what are the actions you need an extra push. You need some motivation. You need some inspiration. If you can identify, suppose you are doing 20 actions in a day, it can be a simple cooking. It can be simple eating. If it is not motivating you, then there is definitely, fundamentally, the understanding is not right and there is something missing. You must go back and find out, if I want to do that action automatically, what should I do? Suppose you don't like chemistry. If you go to the laboratory, go to the lab, and when you see all the chemicals very nicely segregated, when you see how practically they are being used everywhere, then you get a lot of inspirational motivation to do an action. But it's only theory, you will never get motivation. When you listen to others' experiences about meditation, especially, you will get an inspirational action to do meditation. Oh, so many people are doing meditation. So many people have healed themselves. So many people have third-eye experiences. So many people are able to access their intuition and live a great life. That is called an inspirational action, an action which doesn't require you to push or somebody needs to push you to do something which you should automatically do. I don't need any motivation from anybody or me to do any spiritual sessions. Because I want to do this. Because it is my purpose of life. The great inspiration comes from it. I don't need additional push to execute this. But in a day, we do so many acts, so we don't like it. An inside chatter will be different. You don't want to do, but still you are doing. Either stop doing or do something so that you will get motivation, inspiration to do it automatically. Without motivation, without inspiration, you can still do. But what happens? The sync between the body, mind, and the action will be totally missing. And you will be anyway not be able to give your 100% to it. Somebody has forced and asked us to do meditation. So we simply sit. Deep inside, you don't want to do, but somebody is forcing, you are sitting. Do you think you will fetch results? No. You must read books to see why I should do meditation. You must at least listen to 10 people's experience. What happened to them when they did meditation? That will give you inspirational action. Later, nobody needs to tell you. Later, nobody needs to come and motivate you. You will automatically go into meditation whenever you get time. If you can convert all the actions, that is actions by force, into actions by inspiration, then you don't need to use your mind at all. You will just flow. Whenever an action is taken without mind being applied, then you will channel greater energies. You will get a lot of intuitive messages. If you require somebody's push, if you require somebody's inspiration to do certain things, then the mind is constantly in turmoil. The constantly is in pressure. Then the mind cannot oscillate in the higher frequency. Yesterday we saw that. Law of vibration. If you are doing an action where you don't need to use the mind, then the mind will be oscillating in a very high frequency. Then you get higher energies, then you can connect with the greater forces, then the work will be done with excellent professional way and great way. But if you are stressed, if you are being forced, then you will be never able to work without mind. There is always stress, then the frequency will be low. Then you will lose energy by doing that action. When you do an action, you must gain energy. If it is an inspirational action, you gain energy. If it is by force, you lose energy. The choice is yours. Some people say, we have to do certain things, sir. We can't help. We cannot say no, what to do. Start understanding that it is part of your purpose of life. Start understanding the depth of that work. Start creating love towards that work, because anyway you have to do. If you do by inspiration, you gain energy. If you do by force, you lose energy. I always quote one fantastic example I had in my life. I was called for a spiritual discourse. I went to a room. There were 60 to 80 children. All are college students. I felt very happy to listen to my session. 70, 80 youngsters have come. So when I was starting the session, within 1 minute I observed nobody is interested in the session. I paused and asked, hey, who are you guys? Really tell me. Why are you here? They said, we are doing a course and our master forced us to sit here in this session. We are actually not interested to see your face. We are not interested to listen to any of your spiritual discourse, but we are forced. I said, your master even forced me to give a session to you. So now I am doing an action by force. You are also sitting and listening, which is also an action that is also by force. If you continue for next 1 hour like this, we both will lose energy. They all agreed. They all agreed and said, yes, sir, what to do? I said, if one of you go outside, your master is sitting outside here. He will shout at you, why did you come out? Go inside. If I go outside, the master will say, believing you, I got 60 people. Kindly go back inside and give the session. So I spoke with them. We all are got locked. And next 1 hour, I have to speak something. You have to listen to something. We both don't have choice. But there is one choice we have, either to lose energy or gain energy. I asked them, which one you prefer? They said, we want to gain energy. We don't want to lose energy. Obviously, anybody will say the same. Then I said, let us make this 1 hour purposeful for both of us. So you don't feel I wasted your time. You don't feel you wasted my time. Let us make this an inspirational action. I'll tell you, in my 20 years of spiritual journey, it was one of the best classes. Because we converted the force into an inspiration. Because we accepted the ground reality that we are here by force. But we converted the force into something useful by being very open. I could have just like that continued the class for 1 hour. The students would have listened. And after the session, they would have felt drained. Even I would have felt drained in the energy. But being open, discussing what is ground reality, we all converted that force into an inspirational action. Force action into an inspirational action. So we all gained a lot of energy. They all went back happily. And I also went back happily. So anything we do, we should do automatically without using mind. That push should come from inside. For that, you need to develop love towards that action. Be it meditation, reading a book. Many people are reading book, looking at the clock. 9:45 over or no. Master will say something or should I? They're acting. Only certain people are deeply involved in the book. The moment I said time is over, they are like, oh, where am I? So all the 100 people are reading book, but how many people are reading by force and how many people are really going beyond the mind and reading? The first step is to make you read. That itself is a great achievement because after college we have thrown away the books. But the second level is getting deeply involved, like how you go deep into meditation. You have to start going deep into a book. In last 15 minutes, I completed one book. I gave to my son, next you read this book. It is always possible. We must have passion towards it. Nobody should tell you do this. You should automatically do certain things. For that, you need inspiration. Draw that inspiration, either from other books or from other masters or videos or by loving it or by understanding it. Do whatever needed, but all your actions has to get converted into inspirational action. Then you see the whole day you just flow and you will not lose any energy. What a great concept. What a great law. This is called law of action. For that, first thing is you need to observe. When you observe, you will find points. Thank you, my dear friends. Now let's meditate for 3 hours. I'll play flute music.